What if a war at sea could be decided in just 20 minutes? That's the chilling claim recently highlighted by U.S. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth that Chinese hypersonic missiles could potentially destroy all U.S. aircraft carriers in that short window. But what does that actually mean? And how realistic is it? Let's break it down. First, aircraft carriers. These are not just ships. They're floating military cities. Each one carries dozens of fighter jets, thousands of personnel, and represents a massive chunk of U.S. military power. For decades, they've been the backbone of American dominance at sea. Now enter hypersonic missiles. Hypersonic simply means extremely fast, at least 5 times the speed of sound. That's over 6,000 kilometers per hour. At that speed, a missile launched hundreds or even thousands of kilometers away could strike its target in minutes. But speed is only part of the story. Traditional missiles follow predictable paths, which makes them easier to track and intercept. Hypersonic missiles, on the other hand, can maneuver mid-flight, changing direction, altitude, and trajectory. That makes them far harder to detect, track, and shoot down. China has reportedly developed systems like the DF-21D and DF-26, often referred to as carrier-killer missiles. Their purpose is straightforward: target large naval assets like aircraft carriers from long distances. So where does the 20 minutes claim come from? In theory, if multiple hypersonic missiles were launched in a coordinated strike, from land, sea, or even air, they could overwhelm a carrier group's defenses. These defenses include radar systems, interceptor missiles, and electronic warfare tools. But if too many threats arrive too quickly, some could get through. And that's the key idea: saturation. It's not about one missile, it's about many, arriving almost simultaneously at extreme speeds from different directions. However, there's an important reality check. Military scenarios are rarely that simple. U.S. carrier strike groups are not defenseless. They operate with layers of protection, including guided missile destroyers, submarines, early warning systems, and advanced interception technologies. The U.S. is also actively developing its own hypersonic weapons and countermeasures. Plus, real-world combat involves uncertainty. Targeting accuracy, electronic interference, weather conditions, and human decision-making all play a role. So while the 20 minutes claim is attention-grabbing, it represents a worst-case scenario, not a guaranteed outcome. What it does highlight, though, is a major shift in modern warfare. For decades, aircraft carriers symbolized near invulnerability. Now, emerging technologies like hypersonic missiles are challenging that assumption. The balance of power at sea is evolving, and in a future conflict, speed, not just strength, could decide everything.